do think that the chances are pretty good that the court is going to rule favorably on at least the DOMA case. And I think there's also a good chance they'll rule favorably on Perry in terms of same-sex couples' right to marry in that situation. For DOMA, if they strike down Section 3 of DOMA, which is the part of the law that forbids the federal government from recognizing couples' marriages from states that already recognize those marriages, all that will mean is that for the couples who live in states in which they can get married, like New York and Connecticut and Massachusetts and the other states we've added, Washington, Maryland, those couples will no longer live in two separate universes of being single for federal purposes and being married for state purposes. Instead, the federal government will recognize them as married. They will file their taxes as married just as they do in their own state. They will get Social Security benefits as married couples. They will get spousal deductions for taxes, all of the same rights and benefits that married couples get under federal law, those couples will get. That decision wouldn't do anything in states that don't allow same-sex couples to marry. For Proposition 8, the Perry case, there's a lot of different ways the court could go. If the court does strike down Proposition 8, and it does so narrowly, it could follow what the Ninth Circuit has done, which is a ruling that's limited to California. So all that would mean is Proposition 8, unconstitutional, couples in California, if they want to get married, can. Wouldn't affect any other state. There's a slightly broader but still narrow holding that they could issue, which would be that states that offer all of the rights and benefits of marriage to same-sex couples but call it something else, like domestic partnership or civil union, have to offer marriage. And that would affect a smaller set of states, Nevada, for instance, Washington, Oregon, Delaware, Hawaii, Illinois right now, unless they pass marriage, New Jersey, just the states that give those rights and benefits. The broader ruling that some people are pushing, but I think is very unlikely, would be that same-sex couples have a federal constitutional right to marry, or that all marriage bans are unconstitutional, which would force all 50 states to recognize marriage of same-sex couples. I don't think that's going to happen, but that would be the broadest ruling. The important thing to note, though, is that in both cases, the court raised issues of standing and jurisdiction, which would allow the court to avoid ruling on the merits at all, just based on these more procedural questions.